Sus at the beach again because she's anxious. Not me though. Why? Why would you make such a valid assumption? Good morrows to you, dear traveler. I am ever so glad you found your way to my video, and I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome back to another episode of Sketchbook Sunday, a series where I just sketch for 10 minutes every other Sunday or so. And for this episode, the Instagram folk voted for this sketch to be made, which is a picture my friend Selena made of me when I was technically making a photo shoot with her, for her to model for me. But she was ever so kind to say that she would take a few pictures of me as well. I was dressed fittingly anyway. Yeah, so different from the video I made last time, this time I'm not going to do a very elaborate and detailed sketch, since I wanted to treat this one like sort of a concept sketch to map out how I want to make a painting out of it. And so here we are. I started out by just roughly sketching a rectangle to make a horizontal sketch, and I just roughly started laying down the shapes, already preparing the vertical version of the sketch I was going to do later. And as much fun as I had sketching on the beach, for some reason I was not able to focus and it was way too bright for me to sketch over there. So I decided to just put my feet into the water for a little bit because, it was such a beautiful day out. It was warm, the water was fresh and cold, and I mean, how could you not just sit there and wish to be a little mermaid swimming around between the ships? After that, I went to work for a few hours, and when I came home I decided to continue the sketch. The light in my room was very beautiful and perfect for sketching, and yeah, that's the face of a proud cat mom watching her cute little baby sleep on the bed. Oh my god, look how cute he is. He's such a baby. Anyways, back to the topic. I continued the sketch and just wanted to lay down the values that I needed in order to get an idea of how the painting was going to look like, more or less. And to me it was just important to get an idea about the composition, how light and shadows would work, because this was actually a bit difficult for me to figure out. There were so many lights and shadows, and also subtle shadows, subtle lights, since we were shooting these pictures in a forest at a little pond, I guess. But I decided to just get going and not pressure myself to perfection, which if you know anything about me, is a very, very hard thing for me to do. Also because I am, at the core, somehow a perfectionist, but at the same time I never have the energy to go as far as making something perfect, which leads to this perpetual state of nothing I do is good enough and it could be better. But to be very honest and frank with you, I have been trying to unlearn this attitude and be kinder to myself and happier with what I produce, because to be honest, I was given such a beautiful way of expressing myself by painting, by learning how to draw and paint, and I will not continue comparing myself to others just simply because it does more harm than anything. Of course, I always strive to be better, to become a better artist, to learn, but in this process of learning, in this process of trying to become a better artist overall, I also try to acknowledge that where I am now is also good, because we never stop to learn, but still the knowledge we have at the moment is also knowledge and is a good one. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. I did not want this to be a philosophical discussion. I'm very sorry about that. Since I've mostly been painting and drawing nautical stuff recently, I had to get accustomed again to this kind of aesthetic, which is also very beautiful. I love forests and I love all the greens and the overall feeling it conveys. Still, I admittedly sat there being like a fish out of water, so to speak, trying to figure out how to make this look and feel good. While I was trying to play around with composition and working on not making my concepts too stiff or too boring, I also thought about the details that I could and would add to the painting that this would evidently become. And oh my god, I will correct that in a second, but can you look at this hand please and this arm? This is so long. I don't know what I was thinking in that moment. Anyways, I am pretty much a summer person. I love summer, I love the sea, I love water, I love the beach, but I also love autumn. I love mushrooms, I love forests in the autumn time. And I was thinking of maybe turning this into an autumnal piece, maybe adding a few mushrooms and overall making this a warmer color palette than the original picture is. I'm not sure about that. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Maybe you have other ideas about how to translate this sketch into a painting. I would be very happy to read about it. For the shadows, I'm just loosely hatching everything. As I said, I am not thriving for detail here. I am just trying to get the overall idea of the sketch down. And hatching is such a fun way of doing shadows because, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm not one who draws a lot, but it just feels like you can get done a lot by doing minimal effort. I mean, of course, you have to be mindful of how you position the shadows and everything, but still I feel like I gain more freedom from doing it this way. And I mean, it's a very common way of laying down shadows. I just do it very loosely over here, and I hope no one is screaming internally for seeing how I'm doing it. I was not very happy with the placement of the girl in this version of the sketch. And now that I'm looking at it while I'm editing this video, I feel like she is on the right too much. I want her to be on the right third of the composition, and I like that the trunk that is reaching out of the pond is in the middle, kind of creating like, a grid or like an orientation of the painting. There is something still off, and I can't quite figure out what it is. Maybe it is the proportion of the vertical space that I created there. Maybe I have to shorten it at the top or at the bottom. Maybe I have to shorten the trunk that she's standing on. Let me know what you think. I am still, after all these years, trying to figure out good composition. I learned about it in school because I had superior art classes in school, but still, it has been a minute since I went to school. A few years actually. 13 years, I'm sorry. I'm not that old yet. But anyways, I am trying to constantly get better at that too, at doing compositions, at trying to tell a story with my paintings, because when I look at the artists that I admire and that I have learned from so much over the past years, I can see how much they think about the placement. I think about the storytelling aspect of everything they do in their paintings. And also when I watch or when I look at old masters' paintings, I mean, there is no way any of us can be like them, because this is just a different breed of artists, in my opinion. But looking at them, I just get reminded of how important it is. I mean, of course, art is a state of the soul, as Marc Chagall said, and I deeply connect with that, with his words. But still, I feel like if you put a bit of effort into it and a bit of thought into it too, there is a reason why certain paintings are admired the way they are. And it's not because you just slop something onto a canvas, but because they were thinking of what they were trying to tell with what they painted. And this is what I'm trying to achieve, basically. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record, but I just want to become better. I thrive to become better every day with every painting I make. And while it can be exhausting sometimes, it's also very fun and very rewarding. And I love trying out new things and love to learn how to do things in a different way, basically. Which is also where I would like to say, if you ever have anything to say or any tips you want to share with me, I am open to that. As long, of course, as long as we are all nice to each other and not condescending and not being critical just for being critical. Yeah. But I'm always open to constructive criticism, I think. Yeah, and with that being said, we have reached the end of the second sketch. I am not sure which version I like better, if it's the horizontal version of the sketch or the vertical one. I feel like both have their own things to say. I am very much not sure which one I want to use. Maybe I will do both in the future. But for now, let me know which one you prefer and maybe also why. I would very much love to include you into this process. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Sketchbook Sunday or in the other video. Bye!